Diet is the biggest part of the solution to the healthcare crisis we are facing worldwide. What's coming in the next few years is going to dramatically change the long-term health outcomes of several generations worth of people.
This is for the people that actually have brains. If you eat sentient animals, you will have sentience. Those that don't eat sentient animals lack sentience. That's a pretty good heuristic to realize.
What? Ridiculous diet. And I'm talking about explosive diet. And that's just gonna be all over the damn place.
Oh my God. Shit everywhere. There's shit everywhere!
I've had rocketing diarrhea.
From meat? That's
from all meat, yeah.
Damn it! There's shit on the windows! Oh my God! My house is full of shit! He shit everywhere! Look what he did! He shit all over the wall!
I've had rocketing diarrhea.
From meat? That's
from all meat, yeah.
When can you do it? How about tonight at 8?
Great, thanks. Thank you, Lloyd. I gotta go upstairs. Take a couple leaves. See you at 8.
You think you might have appendicitis?
Well, my stomach's rumbling and I'm having these shooting pains.
Okay, maybe I should take you to the hospital.
No, I'll be all right. It makes me all queasy and...
You might notice diarrhea. That's like a common thing in both the keto and carnivore communities to warn people to never trust a...
Oh, wow. Yeah, you know what? I think I feel a little better.
When you're starting keto or carnivore.
That actually stain the toilet bowl like if it was turmeric.
0 gas, 0 bloating. I fuck twice a day. At a time of my own choosing, by the way.
I don't know about you, but I seriously don't think on the carnivore diet. I don't feel like I've really farted. I don't think I did on keto or GAPS either.
I'll tell you one thing, I do not trust my butthole at all. When I feel coming on, I'm like, oh, this could be a disaster.
The thread title is Disaster Pants.
Oh, really?
In my belly. It's like it's gross. And I've had food poisoning 3 times already. In 5 weeks. Like, this is a nightmare diet for anybody.
Hey guys, so here's a question that a friend of mine posted on Facebook. Why do you care so much if people decide to follow science, or rather people's opinions and such, instead of actual objective evidence? At least partially into this film, and definitely by the end of this film, you are going to fully and thoroughly understand exactly what constitutes actual meaning of evidence and why exactly it is so absolutely critical and so absolutely vital in the predicament that we currently find ourselves, especially in the state of the online health conscious community. So strap in, get ready. We're going to go extremely deep, and we're going to sort out we're going to settle this mystery once and for all. Why is it so important to other people to have to believe in scientific peer-reviewed evidence, as opposed to personal anecdote or just anyone's random opinion? Okay, so the question that we're asking here is, why does evidence matter more than opinion? Which should be very obvious, especially when it comes to life and death situations such as health and nutrition information. You don't want to be taking advice from just the random person that you can't even see their face, you don't even know who they are, just some random person on Twitter and on Instagram and on Facebook or on social media or on Reddit or anywhere else for that matter. Why do you just trust some random person's opinion when especially social media influencers are so prone to being motivated by objectives such as selling products or ebooks or supplements or what have you? It's just not ethical, or it's not reasonable to take advice from some random person. So let's answer your question, Beth. Diet and nutrition and lifestyle medicine is actually the cutting edge, the leading forefront of, human health and wellness. And that is, diet and nutrition are literally the leading causes of death on planet Earth, not just for humans, but literally for all life. Literally the entire ecosystem and the biosphere is dependent upon, what we eat and our diet and lifestyle choices. And so our choices currently are the leading causes of death in the world. So that's why it's important and that's why it matters. And the reason why I care, why people are being misled and lied to and listening to all these carnivore dieters and the flat earthers and all these other relativists and people who literally provide zero evidence. They have no evidence to support any of their very dangerous claims. For example, the carnivore dieters, they've got so many followers all saying that meat heals and my personal experience and my personal anecdote, says that it makes me feel better. Well, the reason why stories are unreliable and not a reason why we should make life and death decisions such as diet and lifestyle choices is the same reason why I could tell you a story about, my uncle goes out and drives drunk every single night and he's never had an accident and killed anyone. So therefore, you should also go out and drive drunk because, hey, his experience though, his personal experience, it's not dangerous for him. Well, that's not, would we give that advice to anybody because of one person's personal anecdote?
I'm sorry, right, anecdotal evidence, right, I could take anecdotal evidence from 100 people, right, who were my friends, right, and get them to say anything.
Good, absolutely.
So for 6 years I was a vegetarian. It didn't work out for me for health reasons. I became really quite anemic and quite poorly when I was little.
Well, that's just an anecdote.
I had a really low immune system.
That's an anecdote. We have the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, one of the most credible organisations on health on earth, and they say a vegan diet can be healthy for all stages of life, including infancy, pregnancy, adulthood.
There's quite a few in the media recently where quite a few famous influencers as well have had the same effects, where
that's
it's just
anecdote.
not working
that's not
out
science.
for their health at the minute. So they've actually changed back to a meat-based diet.
But would you accept, Joey, that you would have to plan your diet a bit more
All diets
carefully?
need to be planned. Are you going to go out and eat sausage rolls and burgers and Pringles? All diets should be appropriately planned.
Look, anecdotes are anecdotes, even if they're published as case reports in medical literature. It's all about the science. You saying I feel great is someone else saying my uncle lived to be 110 smoking cigarettes every day, therefore smoking is fine. Well, smoking was fine for them, but if you look at the actual science, smoking on average is really bad because about 8 years off your life and increases risk. Blah, blah, blah. We know that, right? So, it's just like wearing a seatbelt won't guarantee you're not going to die in a car crash, right? Someone could say, well, I knew someone wore the seatbelt, died in a car crash. Well, yeah, that's not an argument against wearing your seatbelt because we know that reduces our risk, and that's why we do it. And the same thing with a healthy diet. No guarantee that you're not going to get cancer or diabetes or whatever, but dramatically reduces risk. Just like 1 in 10 people who get lung cancer never smoked in their lives. And so you look at the science, we look at the best available balance of evidence, and you say, this is the diet that is most likely to improve my health and longevity, period. Now, it's great to have that inner, we hear about all the data, and it's nice to have that personal experience. And that's why I encourage people, look, give it a couple of weeks, right? Like the 21-day Kickstart program from Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. And again, it's just like, well, give it a couple of weeks, give it 3 weeks, right? Give it a try. You'll never know how good you feel until you try it. And even if you're healthy, right? Even if you're not battling some disease, so you're getting, lab work before and after, because then we can really show you what the diet can do. Even if you're healthy, people all the time come back to me and say, oh my God, I thought I was healthy, but I just thought it was normal to have upset stomach after meals. But all of a sudden their digestion's better. All of a sudden their sleep's better. All of a sudden their energy's better. And so then they have that internal motivation to stick with it to get those long-term benefits, like reducing the risk of most of our top leading killer diseases. Now, having said all that, if you personally don't experience that, then you have to figure out why. So you have to say, well, okay, if you're cutting out all that junk, what are you replacing with? So, for example, it's rare, about 1 in 250 people or so, 1 in 500 have a soy allergy, for example, right? But they've never eaten a soybean in their life. But then all of a sudden, they started eating plant-based, and so they basically eat like soy-based versions of everything. And so all of a sudden, they're getting all the soy, and little did they know their whole lives they've really been allergic to soy. And all of a sudden, they feel horrible. And they're like, wow, when I stopped eating my burger, I felt horrible, so obviously the burger was awesome. It's like people going on this carnivore diet. You just eat meat. I mean, if you had celiac disease, or if you were allergic to citrus, for example, you just ate meat, all of a sudden you feel so much better. It's not the meat. It's all this, little did you know that, you're just intolerant of X, Y, or Z. But we can certainly get at that. So you can have the best of both worlds, a healthy diet. It says you're going to improve your health and longevity.
Number 3. Storytelling is not considered evidence. I always assume positive intent and honesty until I'm shown evidence to the contrary. So when people tell me stories, I believe they're true. I remember doing a talk at a bookstore in Boston one time, and this guy said, when it was time for the Q&A, my uncle ate bacon, eggs, and cheese 3 times a day, lived to be 94 years old, and died in his sleep. I believe him. Okay, I've heard I had a flu shot last year and I didn't get the flu. But here's my point. These are people telling their stories. And this is considerably different than looking at a large body of evidence to determine what is likely to happen to a big number of people who engage in the same behavior. So let's look at the bacon, eggs, and cheese. If you look at the evidence, you really look at a lot of research studies, it is not likely that most of us are going to get away with eating bacon, eggs, and cheese 3 times a day and live to be 94 years old. So, we have to separate the storytelling from the real thing. It's done all the time, and it's even done by doctors who should know better. Lauren Cordain's The Paleo Diet is largely supported with stories of people who gave up pizza and cupcakes and started eating wild elk and deer and lost weight. Others engage in conjecture related to the paleo diet about what people ate 6 million years ago while wandering the earth looking for food. The stories and conjecture are pretty meaningless, and I don't understand why we even debate what people ate 6 million years ago, because we know exactly what people are eating right now, and we pretty much know their health outcomes too. So here's the thing. I've given you a few examples, but one of the things that I think differentiates what we're doing here, and this is what we teach both consumers and we teach healthcare practitioners as well, is how to apply specific criteria for filtering and evaluating information. These are just examples of how we apply the filters. This helps consumers make a lot of sense out of the massive amount of contradictory information they're confronted with about health every day. And it reduces the amount of time we spend responding to critics, to tell you the truth. I mean, when people send me hate mail about things I say on this channel, for example, I invite them to bring their studies. I've even told people, I'll fly you to Columbus. We'll be on YouTube together. We can have a debate. I'm going to send you some criteria for the types of studies we can consider for our debate. Guess how many of them have appeared on YouTube with me? Now, if you've been watching for a while, you know the answer to that question. None, because people don't want to engage in a debate when there are rules associated with the debate. But without rules, we just degenerate, like I said, back to the he said, she said, they said, the neighbor said, and you can't get anywhere doing that. In our world, rules are employed to govern everything, ranging from sports to how corporations are run and laws are passed. In the absence of rules, chaos results. Enterprising charlatans take advantage of chaos to sell their ideas about diet and health, and this can be stopped by applying objective rules and evaluating all of these things.
So stay tuned for the next part. We'll pick up right here where we left off. You can watch it. I will leave any intros and stuff out so that you can watch it in a consecutive style. And so again, my name is Cullen Smith. This is Lifting the Veil. You can find all of my full books, presentations, videos, films, articles, posts at patreon.com/liftingtheveil. And there is also a ton of exclusive content, and I will leave the cited reference links in the description down below. So you can check that out for all of my full content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe. Please help me reach more people by sharing these videos around on the internet, because I rely solely on word of mouth, and the recommended algorithms are not recommending any of my videos or films anymore. My channel has literally been completely restricted, so I rely on your help, and I need your help, so please help support this channel by sharing my work around if you appreciate it, and make sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, and leave me your comments. I definitely want to know what you have to share and what you have to think about all of this stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Y'all stay safe and take care of yourselves, and I will see you later.